I'm Dave Mercer.
I'm Matt Pangrac.
Welcome to the Cull, a weekly sport fishing debate show. And this week, we're going to talk about a topic that hardly ever gets talked about, forward-facing sonar. But this week, I'm going to say forward-facing sonar has eliminated the home field advantage. Keep our call.
This is a good one, Dave. This is a really good one because this is a factor that I don't think a lot of people have thought about. However, as a pundit, you're the same. You get asked about who is the favorite. It seems like there is a new class or group of anglers who compete against guys with vast amounts of knowledge on fisheries that they should not be able to compete against them on. But they are. And they're not only competing, we're seeing huge wins by guys who are like, hey, I've never been here before. And if you go back through the history of the sport, it typically didn't happen very much. I think it's what are your thoughts on it? Because my initial gut reaction after 3 years of this so far is absolutely.
I totally agree. I mean, it's happening. I mean, look at Tyler Rivette's win on Okeechobee. I mean, doing something totally different, but here's the difference. All that home field advantage, in my opinion, in the past is those little nuggets that we all knew about. You know what I mean? Like on your home field, wherever it is, there's little stuff that's not on a map that not everybody knows about. So the two advantages that you get as a home field angler is that you get those little nuggets, and also you know the timing of fish. You understand how they react to different winds and different conditions. But now it's not even about that. You literally have pros chasing fish. They're not chasing structure. I mean, they leave the structure. And that's what the big thing we've learned, I think, that we always used to think that fish lives on that structure and never leaves. Well, we have learned from forward-facing sonar that those fish spend a lot of time away from the structure. The structure is the nuggets. So the home field advantage, you're going knocking on that door, expecting it to work, and it works sometimes because the fish happens to be there. But when you're competing against someone that has literally got a device that they are just scanning for fish, they're just sitting there just scanning for fish. They don't care whether it's connected to structure or whatever. So I 100% agree.
The caveat to this, to where I might flip my stance on this, is that the home field advantage is still relevant if said home field advantage angler takes advantage of advances in technology. You could make the same case for side imaging for an angler who set brush piles or who knew brush piles on a home lake. And I heard this in 2010 and 2011 as side imaging became prevalent and as more and more guys got it. The TVA lakes, Gunnersville, Kentucky Lake. You heard guys saying, man, I've got these brush piles and I've been the only one that's been fishing them. Well, now all a guy has to do is idle down a point and he can mark 3 or 4 brush piles. The same thing was said when exact location GPS came out. Kentucky Lake is another perfect example about it. Toledo Bend, Harold Allen used to say, man, my gig is triangulation. I knew it was this dead tree, this house right here, and I was able to get on this hard spot that I found with the flasher. Now, you have someone who just says, hey, I found this spot or someone gave me this spot. They can go right back to it. So I think that home field advantage still exists. Let's take a Brian Thrift on Lake Norman. He still knows where the bigger spotted bass in that lake live. If he's able to adapt, use the technology to his advantage, I think he eliminates the guy who's just randomly out there using forward-facing sonar because he's in a much better area with a higher percentage of quality fish. But I think the guys that it really hurts are the old school guys who say, this is where I go, this is how I do, and this is where they live. And they're looking at a guy doing donuts out in the middle going, well, how did he have 18 and I only had 16? He's never been to this place before. So I agree with this. I want to keep this cull topic, but there has to be an asterisk next to it, because if that home field angler adapts with the technology, then I think he still maintains that home field advantage.
I kind of agree, but I think it's so hard to do that if you're a home field angler because you have so much knowledge. I mean, take a lake like Lake St. Clair, a featureless lake that has just very little, it's just got a 1 foot hump is a giant drop off on Lake St. Clair. You find that, but we're tuned as an angler to, if you have 10 of those, you need to hit all of them because you know how good it can get so quick. If you're from out of town and all you're able to do is chase fish, you're just more committed to it. It's so hard to erase all of those spots. And you're right. Like if they embrace the technology, but they just don't have that wanderer spirit, let's say, you know what I mean? They got no choice. They have 2 spots they started on and the fish didn't bite there, but they see fish over there and they start chasing them. So I think you're totally right. And as many people will probably say in the comments that every forward-facing sonar event should come with an asterisk.
It's evolution. It's evolution.
I agree. We're learning more.
I think we agree on this topic. I think you can't look at the results of the top professional tournaments over the past years and not agree with this Cull and not keep this Cull topic that the home field advantage is not what it used to be. And the major driving factor of that is forward-facing technology.
Definitely. I mean, Tyler Rivette's win, like I said already, there's no local that would even look at that. There's not just because in your head, I mean, there'll be never a tournament there that they don't look at it now, but in
Dakota
your head,
Ebear in the recent Invitational, there were a lot of locals in that Carolina neck of the woods.
Yeah. Well, we kind of agree. Let us know what you think. Forward-facing sonar has eliminated the home field advantage. Keep our Cull.